Hello my friends, welcome to a brand new Let's Play of Dominions 5. In this new Let's Play we are going to play in early ages and I'm going to pick Helheim as the nation that I'm going to play. Let's get started and I will go through the details of what I want to do and how I'm going to set up the settings for this Let's Play. First off, I will select, I will try in this Let's Play to make a little bit of a bigger map and a little bit with more nations. Let's see, the target that I want, it's always have fun, always be a good Let's Play. I want to have fun, I want you guys to have fun, I want to so that you guys can participate in the comments, give some advices, and I really like to see a little bit more of the end game, of the big spells, big ritual spells, big global spells. So I will try to set up a map that will allow me to reach that end game stage if I manage to not lose in the meanwhile. But one of the main goals is to reach that end game, to get those overpowered spells, those big summons, and have fun while doing so. So let me see the setup. I want to play with 12 nations. Let me see. Oops. So it's human. I will play Helheim. I can select that right now, and 11 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 with us. So normal. Let's get a couple of difficult AI. I'm difficult 3, 4, 5, 6, and something like this, half, and I hope that I'm not setting this up as my downfall, but we'll see how that goes. So it will be 12 nations, and I'm playing Helheim, and the rest is going to be random. It's a random map. I selected large provinces, so it's about 20. They will generate 20 provinces per player. So and random all the stuff, all the default settings for the map creation. This is it. Let me set up. This is my units. We have flying troops, illusions. Our preference about the scales, it's cold 1. We have heavy infantry, Valkyries, they fly, and Vanir Cavalry. We are going to focus a little bit on these guys. Magic, death, air, earth, blood, and some fire. I really like death spells, so I want to try to cast a couple of them of the end game spells, and they are death related. So that was one of the options, so that I selected Helheim. Priest average, and they can perform blood sacrifices. We also have a little bit of blood, and since I'm setting this map so that we have a long game, let's see if we can go into blood magic also, because there are really nice spells over that magic school. Standard fortifications, and I will go into the details of the units that we have and our options when we start the game. So that's our new units. So let me just check what I'm going to select as my pretender god. I will select it's the Great Sage. Yes, he is the Great Sage. He will have 6. I'm checking my notes. I have previous thought about my pretender. Bear in mind, it's a fun setup. I'm not trying to min-max all of the stuff. I really like your comments, but keep in mind that it's not multiplayer, and it's clearly try to have a fun game and a good let's play, so that you can enjoy yourselves while watching this let's play. So 6, the bless effect that I want Twist of Fate, and I want Stygian Flash. This is both of them. This one will give my sacred troops, they will avoid the first successful hit that they take, which is clearly a good option, and this Stygian Flash gives to my blessed units, my sacred ones, invulnerability 10, so it will have great protection against attacks. Let me see. Dominion. I want 5 points of Dominion, 1 in order. I will keep the productivity like this. We'll keep the default setting for the hit cold settings as cold 1. I'll have growth 2. I want 2 luck. This can be the most thing that I can question, but I think luck is clearly a good option for a fun let's play. And we'll have drain 1. So this is my 3 points left, so that's my setup. And we have a dormant pretender. So I selected the Great Sage. He has nice research ability. We have awful options regarding nice cheap research mages. All of our units are very expensive. I'm going to use them at the beginning, also with the option to bless my troops and attack, so they will be used in armies right at the beginning. So our first stage of the game, we will have lots of trouble in assigning people to research. So I will try to offset a little bit, and I selected drain also, which doesn't help my research, but the Great Sage, he has inspiring researcher, so he will give +1 research point to anyone that researches with him in the same provinces where he is. So that will try to offset a little bit the drain that I selected, so that I could have more points available to select my scales. That was the option for my for the physical form. Regarding magic, 6 astral, 5 death. I want to cast a couple of global spells regarding using death in the death school, and I want also to get a couple of booster items, and this will be really helpful in getting those Ring of Wizardry and Ring of Sorcery. Also, of course, this combination gives me the option of these blessed points, even if these blessed points, of course, as you can see here, it's a big change between Dominions 4 and 5, that when you select blesses, the most powerful ones needs to be in effect, so that when I bless my troops, they get these bonus traits. My god needs to be present, so he's dormant. So my first year, even if I bless my sacred troops, they won't get Twist Fate and Stygian Flash while my god arrives at the map. So but even so, I think we'll do fine while he arrives. Regarding the Dominion, a little bit less than I wanted my Dominion strength, but it's enough. I need money. All my units are expensive, so let's get to order 1. Growth 2. I will try to blood hunt a little bit, and this also will help me with my income. So I want to growth 2. Luck, as I said, it's just more. I want to spend points there just to make this let's play more interesting. It's always fun to check the messages, to check what kind of events did we got. So it's a gimmick option. Of course, it's a powerful one, as selecting because we can get sometimes we offset and placing these values in negative options, and we increase luck so that we can get events that will compensate with the lack of options over here. But I'm selecting luck even if I want to get those treasure messages all turn. I really like the role-playing factor on this option of luck, and I think that's it. So 3 design points, nothing special, and it's adornment. Let's I was just double checking that I didn't forget anything. I did not. I will, as always, name the same name for my pretender god, Camões. Oh, praise Camões. So right over here, just a little bit more special site frequency, just 5% more. Nothing special here. I want a big Hall of Fame again, mostly because I really like the role-playing factor. And let me see my notes if I want just the renaming and nothing else. Okay. Oh, the big I was forgetting the most important option over here to select. I will have a lot of drones. It always makes a fun let's play, so let me check. I want 11 level 1s, I want 6 level 2, one more please, one more, and 3 level 3, why not, should be fun, and 20 points to win the map. So we have the total number of ascension points 32, and we need a little bit more than half to finish up to win or to lose the map. So that's what I have decided for this kind of let's play. And let me see if I forgot anything, but I'm pretty sure that I did not. Hall of Fame, renaming. The Krone standard normally area level does not apply, and over here it's all good. Okay, and I will generate a map, and I will see you right at the start of this new let's play. So my friends, the map is generated. One thing that I forgot to say, but well, the starting position does not help me a lot. I maintain the default settings of the map, so we have the east-west wraparound, but not the north and south. So as you can see right here, we don't have the wraparound, the usual wraparound that I use, north and south. Well, since we are in this right in the middle of the map, we should have eliminations to the north and to the south, so clearly that shouldn't be too much of a difference, at least at the beginning. So it was just a side note, since I didn't show you the first menu to select the map. It was a random map, but I let the default, and the default is east-west wraparound and not north and south. So here it is, my starting position, right in the middle of the map. The map, well, seems okay. A couple of islands to the south, and a big land mass over here. There should be most of the nations, and a lot of fighting options. I would really like to get this province over here. They probably are going to be more easily defended than these ones here, because a lot of connection points. But I don't know. Let's see how that goes at the beginning. Startup. Let me just show you what kind of units do we have. Starting for the commanders, this is our usual scout. Lot of units of Helheim are stealthy, so let's see if we can take advantage of that. We can move big armies and just attack where we really want it. We can bypass a couple of provinces if we want to, so that's going to be strategic option that we have in our disposal. And we have glamour. They are they create illusions, and the enemy first needs to hit the unit so that this glamour disappears. So it's a nice option in combat, and I will show you in combat more easily what this does. So this is the Van Scout, usual scout, not too expensive, and a little bit more stealthy than the independent ones. This is our commanders. We have here Van Aers, the commander that I use the most, at least at the beginning. It's the cheaper one. He has 1 air magic level, and he's sacred. He also is a priest level 1. All of them ride a horse, so they can move quickly, and of course stealthy and glamour. Van Aers, the Van Jarl, 2 air, 1 blood, level, a little bit more level of priest, and the rest of the stuff. More, of course, more expensive, 160. And the Elkarl, 1 death, of course sacred in the priest. We have here this, so 1 air, 1 death, and this guy flies. He's even faster than the other guys. And our most powerful commander, the Angadrot. I hope that I'm spelling it correctly. And of course, 2 air, 3 death. Is a priest level 2, and he will get 1 extra level, and 10% of the time 1 extra level of these magic schools. Of course, this guy is slow to recruit, so the other guys, we get 1 each turn, and this guy needs 2 turns so that we have him available. And we have here a Skartalf, a chaotic dwarf. If you know a little bit of Warhammer history, a chaotic dwarf. He has 2 earth, 2 death, and he can get 1 extra. He will get 1 extra path on these magic schools, and he has dark vision and mountain survival, but that's not the most useful of the traits. But again, this guy is a nice mage, but recruitment points 4, so he will take 2 turns to be available to after we select him to recruit. So it takes 2 turns to recruit. Units, combat units. We have here the cheaper one, the Cirque Warrior, fairly standard units, even a little bit below average. Attack skill 9, so a little bit more below than usual. Spear, leather, and a couple of armors and shield. Nothing special. These guys, the most cheap unit that we can muster to our armies. Right here we have better units, even because these guys have the staple traits of the Helheim. They are stealthy and they have glamour. We have the Uskarl, they are named the same. They change the weapons, and the Earthmen. The Uskarl spear and javelin, and as you can see, they are more expensive, but more hit points, more strength, attack and defense. Clearly a nicer option. We have here also the Uskarl, and this guy has an X in javelin, and the same stats. A little bit of a difference in the armor. This guy has a ring mail that gives him 8 protection, and this guy 10 protection, a little bit more. And of course the most expensive one, a broadsword, and a little bit more defense, and attack skill 12 and defense skill 17. Also nice option. Again, stealthy. We can bypass, and we can create small strike forces and attack undefended provinces, or at least slightly defended ones, very easily. We have here the mounted Earthmen, cavalry, as you can see, I'm going to stop talking about this because all of them, almost all of the units have these options. And as you can see, a nice cavalry. And here we have the two sacred units. We have here the Valkyries. They are sacred, so they can benefit of the options that I selected with my pretender. Of course, he needs to arrive so that these guys can get the Stygian skin and the Twist of Fate. They fly, light lance, nicely armored, hit points, attack and defense. And these guys are the Helheim, and they are the units that I will try to maximize and make them our main combatant units, so that you can win the bigger battles, because they are sacred. They have really good stats. By default, 13 attack, 19 defense. They are fast in combat. Not a lot of hit points, but they have glamour, and with the Twist of Fate and the Stygian skin, clearly they are going to be very difficult to kill. They have a couple of attacks and a nice armor. They have 11 protection. With the Stygian skin, they will have almost 21 protection, which will make them clearly difficult to destroy. And this is the details of my units. Let's start the turn. I will first off transform my commander in Prophet, and I will send the scout. Why not? Let me see where I'm going to try to get. The province is a mountain. Okay, one of these can be. Okay, I will see this one. It's a little bit on random selection, and let's recruit for this turn. I will get Vaners for starters, and let me get a couple of these guys, and like this. We don't have enough resources, so it's going to be like this. Nothing a lot to do at the beginning. So we are prophetizing my Frez, the Alcarl, and we are moving my scout. Magic. Let me just speak a little bit more of magic. What do I want for magic at the beginning? Let's see if we can give a little bit more options to increasing my research and to have ship commanders. So if I'm not going to at war right at the beginning, what I want it's, and I can change that a little bit. I want to reach construction level to owl quills, clearly give a little bit of a boost of my research. I want level 1 blood magic so that we can summon devils. They are cheap. They don't have an upkeep cost, and giving them owl quills and other boosts of research, at least they can do some kind of research, and we can free my commanders so that they can bless and use our cavalry, our sacred cavalry, to attack. So again, blood magic, but blood magic we need blood slaves, and we need to start the blood economy. So, and of course enchantment level 3, so that we have also a nice option in this created revenant. With 9 death gems, we can have a unit that it by itself can research fairly effectively, and if we give him owl quill, they can clearly be a good option to help the research at the beginning and in the middle game, because we have clearly Helheim has clearly an handicap regarding research. So let's see how we can bypass that handicap. And I think that's it. I haven't set up the. So I can check. In each turn we will review each turn, or at least each episode we will review this magic research and see if we need to change a little bit. And if I happen to change it, I will of course I will of course tell you guys that I'm changing it, but at least that's the default stuff that I'm going to do, and we'll go so slowly in these first turns, that in this first year, that this won't change that much. After we get our pretender, of course we'll get a really nice boost, and by then we will clearly review these options going forward. So we have done our recruitment, we set up our research, but no one is researching, so clearly not an option, and we have defined what we want, where we want to move, and prophetize. So we are clearly ready to finish up the turn, our first turn, and a lot of nations are selecting their prophets. We can check, well, we can check clearly. We have our brothers Vanheim and our brothers Niflheim in this map, where we have Ctise, Arcos Fail, and one water nation, Atlantis. And we have our first glimpse of our neighboring provinces, and it looks fine. It's clearly the default, nothing special here, just here the lizard men, the lizard warriors, but we have nice default in province defense, independent province defense, that we clearly can defeat with not too much of a problem. For now, guys, I'm going to leave this episode here. It was clearly a setup episode. We have just completed our first turn. We will proceed to start, and you will see our expansion parties. Let's hope I can make this an enjoyable let's play, and I hope to hear your feedback about this new let's play. And if you have played Helheim or their brothers Vanheim, they are a nation that have played a little bit more Vanheim. So if you have just a couple of tips and stuff that you do with your nations, please let me know in the comments. I would clearly enjoy reading your comments and try to learn a little bit more about playing Helheim. Let's play together and let's see how that goes. I hope you will enjoy this Let's Play series, and please join me in the next episode, where we will start our great expansion and start to see if Camões can be the god of this map. Thank you for watching, and I see you soon.